If there was a year that needed Christmas, surely this is it. But what kind of Christmas can we hope for, and what can Christmas in a pandemic really give? Well, a famous clothing advert had that phrase, but unfortunately, to have the kind of Christmas they're offering, I need to buy lots of their expensive clothes. And even if I could, I just wouldn't have any parties to go to. In ancient times, people decorated their homes with branches from outside to remind them that winter would come to an end and would eventually turn into spring. Imagine a Christmas with the same story message that could bring spring out of winter, light into our darkness. Well, that's the message of Isaiah 9. It talks about a baby that has been born that brings light into our darkness. A baby that becomes the Prince of Peace, Wonderful Counselor, Almighty Father, Everlasting God.
So I was asking God for a job, and I wanted to be intentional about where I was getting this job. I didn't want to just to have a job to earn money. No, I wanted to be able to connect with people and share the light that God has brought into my life. I have got a job in Starbucks, and after working there for 4 months, one of my colleagues shared with me that she started going to church, and I was just so grateful because that's not something I've done. I've simply been God conscious and sharing sharing with people that I'm a Christian and that I live out of a life of the love that God has given to me, and that is the most important thing of my life. So it's not anything that I've done, but to simply be who I am, and that encouraged someone else to go to church. So I'm really happy and grateful that God allowed me to see some of the harvest. So yeah, I'm grateful this Christmas.
Sanj and I haven't lived long on this street, and when lockdown happened, I wanted to know who was on our street. I wanted to know if there were any needs, or if even we were in need and others around us could help. So what I did was I set up a WhatsApp group and I posted letters to each of the homes around here. And I just invited them to be part of the group, and it was great. It was a great way of looking after each other and supporting each other in a really difficult time of need. So yeah, I felt really God brought us together in that way, and now we know who lives on our street.
A, B, C. Accessible. I try and make sure that I'm there to talk to people, and I let them know what's happening in the church. Sometimes I might invite them to an event. I let them know the things the church is doing. So, like in lockdown, when we were helping and offering support to people who were struggling. B, believable. Some people have the misconception that Christians are always, everything's perfect and shiny and clean. Now that's just not true. I try and be honest about life, the easy bits and the difficult bits. And cheerful. Like if you start every day thanking God that He loves you, then it's not hard to be cheerful and let your light shine in that way.
I am a doctor in obstetrics and gynecology, and I'm quite often faced with women presenting in quite difficult or vulnerable situations, sharing problems that they will have held very private to them, and it's a real privilege to be able to share some of Jesus's love and shed some of His light into their dark and quite vulnerable situations.
This year I've been a light for Jesus in my work by showing His love to patients and colleagues, and also being open about my faith and my hope in Jesus.